Alright everybody, I'm back. I'm going to unhook the power from the power supply that I got going to my Joule Ringer. I got my phone ready. I'm going to start the timer. It's at 15.3 volts right now for the capacitors. It's in a series, not parallel. The series means you're doubling the voltage, and so that way basically 2.7 volts, then times that. It could go up to 16.2, but right now it's just at 15.3. I'm not going to put it at 16 because I'm not taking it off of that I'm not taking it off of my diode that I have running into the positive side, because right now it's supposed to be charging and it's going through this diode right here, as you can see. Since it's going into this diode, I think it's trying to keep the power from going back into my power supply. But still, 15 volts is very good. We get to watch it, and I'm gonna be using my phone as a timer to let you know how long the light will last before the battery starts to die. I'm hoping to get about 2 hours out of this, so don't quote me on that, but I hope I could get that out of there. I'm about to start it, and then I'll start cutting in and out and let you guys see the progress of the LEDs and how far the voltage went down and how long it's been running, so you guys can kind of get a gist of the whole system. Because you got to think, you charging up these power supplies within a few seconds, you got a good maybe a minute to 2 minutes tops to charge these capacitors up to that type of voltage. So within 2 minutes, and this battery pack basically lasts about 2 hours. If I can get that to last 2 hours, there's no telling how much energy you're saving with all that. I mean, I know there's probably some kind of equation that could be written down to let you know exactly how much you're saving, what watts and run time and all that, but I just don't know about it right now. But basically that's what I'm trying to show you. 2 minutes, charge that, then you could take it off of whatever power supply that you have plugged into your house, or car charging, or because I mean you could charge this up to 12 volts if you wanted to. You could use your car to charge these capacitors up if you know how to do it that way, and or solar panel charging, or using a wind generator, alternator, all kind of stuff. So within just 2 minutes of charging something like this and last 2 hours, it would be pretty amazing. A pretty amazing feat of accomplishment. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off of here, because that's my power supply. I'm just gonna shut that off, matter of fact. But before I do that, let me get this set up here. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm gonna flip the switch on my power supply. You'll see this little red LED that's on shut off, and it'll be running all of this. Alright, 1, 2, and 3. It's shut off.
Do you have what's your schedule?
I don't know. Hold on. Oh, I know why. Because I have the diode on there. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. I gotta take the diode off real quick, because the diode's coming from this power supply going straight into the battery, and it's not gonna release any of the power into here until I take that diode off and flip it the other way. So instead of coming into the battery, it's going out of the battery instead. So it'll go into here instead. Give me 1 second. Alright everybody, I'm about to start my timer. It's already on. I'm trying to hurry up. Come on, come on. Oh my god, what the fuck? There. Okay. There you go. I started the timer. It's a few seconds off because I already started it, but we're still at 15.2 volts. And it is going. And it's at exactly 9 volts of electricity. I don't know what was going on. For a second it wasn't working, but I got it working now. I just took the diode off of there, so now it's just sucking complete power from here. It doesn't matter. Just as long as I mean, obviously this isn't going to go back up into itself, so we're good because it's just going to suck power. There's no more power coming from anywhere. And plus I got the diodes. This is going to go straight into there. I think that's what the problem was. Since I already have a diode on this line right here that goes in here, I think that's what happened. I think it just took a second to turn on because the diode is trying to let it know that it's going to let the power go into the power adjuster and into the transistor and everything. So that's probably what took it a little bit. Like I said, it's running at 9 volts and I have 15.1 right now, and it is running at 1 minute, so give or take a few seconds more. Considering I already had it on for a second, it probably was on for another, like, I gave it like 20 seconds, so it's probably on for about maybe 15 to 20 seconds longer than what it's showing right now. But I'm gonna keep coming back, cutting the video and coming back on to let you see how long it's taken to kill off the LEDs and everything. Hold on, let me take off this light here. But yeah, see how the LEDs, this one ain't on, like I said, it's blown out, but all these are working. So as soon as one starts to dim, they'll all dim at the same time because it's a balancing circuit that I made. But we're at 15 volts exact right now, and it's already been almost 2 minutes right on the run time, but it's probably a little more than that, like I said. And I'm gonna cut out the video in a second, and then I'll cut it back on and let you guys see how long it's lasting. And you can still see it's real bright, and I don't have anything else hooked up. You can see for yourself that LED that's to my power supply is off. The wiring is not even hooked up to here. You can just see positive right here, running all the way down, goes all the way back up to the positive on my capacitor battery. And then the negative, same way, it's running right alongside, and you can see, it's hard to see it, it's going all over the place. Hold on, let me pull it out. It's like kind of up underneath the table, but as you can see, it's going straight into this little negative wire that goes straight into my capacitor battery. So it's all running just straight off the capacitor right now. And we're at only 14.9, basically still 15 volts. I'm going to cut out the video, and I'll cut back in just a second. And runtime is 3 minutes. Alright everybody, I am back, and I have 35 minutes on there, a little over half an hour. And the light is still real bright, still at 9 volts. It's, you know, flipping back and forth, but the depletion time was from 15 volts to just basically 12. That was 35 minutes and only used that much voltage. So this is still going. I'm gonna put another cutout again. Let you see the time again, going on 36 minutes. I'm gonna cut out the video again, and then I'll cut back on when it starts to die even more. Right now, exactly at 12 volts though. So like I said, it's doing real good. Hope everybody enjoying the video, and let me know what you think. I'll be back in a second. Alright everybody, I'm back. We already hit an hour. It's at 61 minutes. So basically that's an hour, because 60 minutes is an hour. And look, still pretty bright. Now the voltage on here dropped a little bit. It's at 7.6 because the voltage is dropping on here. Now this is at 9.5. Now I probably could bring the voltage up a little bit on here. I'm not too sure, considering that it's an adjustment or whatever, but still pretty bright, and it's still running, and it's not dead just yet. So like I said, it's at 1 hour already went by, and it's still running. So I'm gonna keep watch of this. I'm just trying to see how long it will completely last. But you gotta think, charged up within 2-3 minutes, and I already lasted a whole hour. So and you can see that all the LEDs are looking pretty dead, but that's just because the voltage is too low. Because they're, like I said, each capacitor holds about almost 3 volts of electricity, and that's what powers these 3 volt LEDs. But since they're below 3 volts, that's why the lights are dim and they're not showing right now. But I'm gonna cut the video out again, and I'll bring it back up when the light got dimmer and about died. So I'll be back. Alright everybody, I am back. It is at 79 minutes, going on 80 minutes. And the power for the capacitor is at 8 volts. This dropped down to 6.12. The light is still pretty bright. Hold on. Let me show you how bright it is. I have this light hooked up, but that's just because I need some extra light. Because my living room is pretty dark, but I'm going to shut it off now. And that's how bright the light is by itself. Still pretty bright by itself. And I mean, that's like candlelight power, I guess. And over here my thing just shut off because it's whatever. But yeah, it's pretty bright. And it's now going on 80 minutes long. Has not stopped. It's been on that long. And it still has 8 volts of electricity. So see, even with a 9-volt battery, you could power it for quite a while. I mean, right now I'm just at 8 volts. So, but I'm gonna cut out the video and then I'm gonna show you another video. Hopefully it can make 2 hours, like I said. It's just at 8 volts, so, and it's at 80 minutes. Remember that 2 hours is 120, so we're still pressing on. Still pretty bright by itself. So I'll cut the video out and cut it back in a minute. Alright everybody, I'm back, and I'm not sure if it's going to last the 2 hours I wanted it to, but I mean, we have great success. It is at 5 and basically like 5.5 volts, 5.4, and as you can see, it's still pretty bright, and it's a dark room, and my phone is saying it is at 88 minutes, going on 90 minutes. And it's still showing at 7.3 volts. I'm gonna keep letting it go like I said, and then I just don't know if that light will just cut out on me depending on how much voltage is going out to it. As you can see, it's going pretty low and it's trying its best to stay on, and once it cuts out, I'll stop the clock here, and then once I stop the clock, I'll let you know exactly where it went at and what the voltage was that had it shut off at, like what the minimum voltage is. So obviously, right now we're just putting 5 volts into it, and it's still on, so that's still a pretty good feat. And it's still at 7.2 volts. So with me limiting the voltage as it is right now, and we're really only putting out 5. We're putting in 7, but we're only putting out 5. So, and it's still on, so that's still real good. I think my circuitry that I hooked up made it so we could stay on that long, if you think about it, because on my previous videos, it took about 6 volts to get the light to turn on. So right now we're only putting out 5 volts as of right now. So I think the circuitry is what's helping it. Because I know that voltage adjuster has a few little capacitors on them, so that's probably what's helping it to stay on. And with me limiting the voltage, and the voltage is at 7.2, I'm pretty sure it'll even last longer than that. But like I said, I'm gonna cut out the video, and it just hit 90 minutes, so I'll let you know where it left off at, and that'll be the end of the video. Alright, looks like the light's about to go out in a minute. You can see it's barely on. It just hit 5 volts on the voltage that's going to the light bulb, and we're at 95 minutes running, and 6.8 volts still inside the capacitor bank. So that's really good if you think about it. I mean, sure, it didn't make 2 hours like I wanted, but I mean, what is that, 95, so hour and a half. Wait, actually, my bad. I know it's not exactly hour and a half, it's more than that. It's because 190 is an hour and a half, so I mean, it's an hour and 35 minutes long. So compared to you know, the other light bulb, the other LED, that one only lasted about maybe an hour, I think. Or no, 30 minutes, matter of fact. I think it lasted a half an hour. So that's really good. And right now I'm building a capacitor box. A box for my capacitors. Basically, I'm building like a frame for my capacitor battery. It's going to be like a capacitor battery box, I guess. And it's going to have a little voltage meter on top too to let you know the volts that's inside the capacitors and all that. So, but I gotta say, from 15 volts, that's doing really well, and it's still on slightly, as you can see. It's really hard to tell. You can see it just a little light. That's it. That's all that's left on there. I mean, that's very, very small, but you can see it. And then compared to it being pitch black in here. And it's at 4.8. See? 4.8 volts. 4.6. Still dropping. But 97 minutes long. So I'm just going to say 98, maybe 100 minutes tops before it actually shuts completely off. I'm going to keep watching it, and I'll let you guys know for sure when that light completely is out of there. It's trying its hardest to stay on. It's doing very well. So I'll let you guys know when it's completely dead. 97 minutes, 97 and a half. So just keep letting it run. Alright everybody, I'm back. You can still see a little bit of light coming out of that LED, but pretty much we're done. It already hit 100 minutes because, well, my clock says 0 because it started over from 99, but basically it's like 101 almost. Oh, sorry, my battery is dying. Come on. Stupid. There we go. Yeah, see, 101 minutes. That's just straight off of the capacitor. And the capacitor now is at 6.4 volts. Now that's, like I said, pretty good. And that's it, I'm done with that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm turn on my light. And what I'm going to do is hook my capacitors back up to the charging circuit and let you see how fast it charges. So I'm going to stop the clock. Basically 102. Here, babe, plug my phone up. But yeah, it's at 16. Like I said, it's doing amazing job right now. Went ahead and took it off of there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook it up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to cut the video out and I'm going to hook it back up. Remember, it's at 6.4 volts now. And watch how fast it climbs. Just give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to show you. Remember, I told you it's at 6.4. Alright, all I got to do is hook up this negative part and watch how fast it climbs. There we go. Negative's hooked. Ready jump from 6.4 to 1 volt already within a few seconds. Now it's still climbing. 8, 6, 8, 7. That's just a few seconds. I mean, it was instantaneous. Very quick. Don't have to worry about nothing. 10 volts already. Now, that light was being ran off of this capacitor from 15 volts for an hour, almost an hour and 36 minutes, almost an hour and 40 minutes basically. I mean, if you want it, you know, obviously if you want it bright or whatever, I suggest you run it for like an hour and a half, I guess. You know, just knock off that 6 minutes, but still, an hour and a half is still very well compared to just charging this capacitor up within just a few seconds. Now already at 12 volts. And it's going on 13 now. And now you can start seeing the LEDs starting to get bright because it's balanced circuit, so it's charging up all the stuff is charging up right. Alright, still watching it. I'm just gonna let it keep climbing. It's going on 14 now. I mean, it's very fast charging rate. And this has, capacitors have the ability to charge rapidly and have many charges and discharges, so they last a long time, longer. I think they say they last longer than a battery would, a normal chemical battery, like a lead acid or deep cycle, probably. And that's 14 now. And the light, they're getting really bright. Those are ultra bright LEDs. Matter of fact, let me shut off my light so you can see for sure. Look how bright that is. Very bright. That 14 volts already, going on 15 in just a few seconds. That's amazing. I'm just gonna let it keep charging up to where it was at. I'll stay on here with you guys for until that time, and then I'll cut out the video. But like I said, I mean, then this is just one little capacitor bank. Imagine you having more than just this. I mean, you could hook up plenty of capacitors up to 120 volts if you wanted to. It doesn't matter. And you can always limit the voltage down. The only problem is I can't really, how do I put it? The voltage adjuster can only adjust from 1 to 60 volts. I think it can only take that type of power. So from 1 to 60 volts of electricity, that's still pretty good. I mean, this is only 14. I'll be able to run a light bulb for a day, maybe, I guess. And with this fast charging rate, that's nothing. It's like a walk in a park. At 15.2 already. Remember, we started off I think at 15.3 or 0.4. And like I said, you'll be able to charge this up many times over and over again. There's this little capacitor battery bank, and it could get solar charged. Anything that you could get 12 volts, 16 volts, whatever, put into the capacitors. So you got plenty of different applications. Car has 14 volts. Well, 12, 14 is the same thing. You know, you got to account for that 2 volt drop, you know. But you could charge this up with a car battery. Like if you plugged up a car cigarette, if you plugged up a cigarette lighter to your car and then just jumped off that cigarette lighter plug from the positive and negative side and hooked that up, you'll be able to charge this off your car while it's running or while your car is dead. It doesn't really matter. Your car doesn't even have to be on, as long as you're I mean, it doesn't have to be running, as long as you could charge it up. It doesn't really matter. All I'm trying to say is that it doesn't take long to charge. It keeps the charge, and if you know what you're doing, you could slow discharge it, like how I'm doing right now. I slow discharge it by using a voltage regulator or adjuster. 15.4 already. And there you go, folks. That's it. Look how bright those LEDs are. Like I said, that one's blown out, like I said, but all the other ones work just fine. I just had to change out that LED. I don't really know why it blew out, but it did. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. It won't take me long to replace that little one right there. But I'm building a box for it. I'm gonna turn on the light real quick. I'm making all my stuff out of plexiglass mostly. I mean, I figured I'd just keep that up. Let's see, I got that plexiglass box for my Joule Ringer, and now I'm making a plexiglass box, as you can see. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm not finished with it yet, but I'm putting it together pretty well. And I don't want to completely finish it today because I still have to get a I still got to get a voltage meter, and I may put a voltage adjuster in it. I'm not too sure. I may or may not. I mean, I probably will, and then have like a switch in there so I could cut it off and cut it on when I want to adjust the voltage. I don't really know yet. I have to figure that out. But for right now, got that plexiglass box is gonna be finished, and so I'll just be able to sit that in here. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna, since it's pretty much done charging, let me just unhook this. And this. There. And then just gonna unhook it and then sit it in the box, and then I'll be done with the whole video of everything. A 15.4 and it's holding the charge. Alright, as you can see, I bent the lighting upward because it's gonna come out the top of this top right here. So it'll be like on here like that, and you'll be able to see the LEDs come right out the top of there, and press down and all that good stuff. So you'll be able to see that all the capacitors will be fully charged. And as you can see, the box fits well. There's no, and then I'm gonna hot glue to keep it in here so it won't move. And I'll have at the top of this, on this top right here, it'll have a voltage meter showing the voltage that's inside the capacitors. And then I'm gonna have probably a nut right here and a nut right here sticking up, kind of like this. Like, say like this was the top, you'll see like a bolt coming out of there, out of the top of here, so we could screw on anything you want to hook the capacitor to. So it's kind of like regular top poles batteries. So that way it'll be just sitting at the top right here, while the bottom part of the bolt, like say like I have this part of the bolt connected to that positive wire. So these two connected together, so then it'll be coming out the top of here, so you can get to the so this side will be positive like this. Hold on. It'll be like positive right here coming out of here at the top of here, and then negative on this side. So you have positive and negative top poles, just like a regular battery. Anyway, that's my next part of this whole project, and I may even add something that could slide onto here. So like this, I could probably rig it up so the back part of the box could just slide this onto there, or like maybe even have some magnets, and the magnets will so that we could carry it with you. Everything will be portable, and you'll be able to bring light wherever you want it, camping and all. And maybe I'll just put some, I'm still thinking about it, I'll probably put some magnets on the back of here so it can magnetize to this part of the other plexiglass, so that way it won't move and you always have it with you. But that's it pretty much in a nutshell. Let me know what you guys think, and rate and subscribe for me if you don't mind. And I'll be bringing out more and more videos with different things. It may not even just be Joule Ringer circuits. There'll be other things for sure. But for right now, it's just the Joule Ringer. I am finishing another project. It's coming soon. It's called it's gonna be my third gauntlet, the G3, and that gauntlet is gonna be able to turn on my computer, be able to control my computer's media play, like pause and play videos and music, skip tracks, bring up my internet browser, and mute the volume, raise the volume, lower the volume on my computer through Bluetooth, and it'll be able to turn on my lights in the house. I have this controller here that I bought. It came with these. This controller came with these light turn-on connectors. So that white thing you see on the back of this light bulb. And all I gotta do is just press. They're lettered. There's 4 of them, and there's A through D. So this one is hooked to A, and watch. As soon as I press the button, it'll show off the light bulb and turn it back on. No problem. So I'm gonna build this into the gauntlet as well. Nice little controller. It's not that big. I already took it apart and seen what the board looks like. It doesn't require a whole lot for me to put it in there. So I'll be able to turn on my room lights, my house lights. I could control up to 4 light bulbs within the house. The only bad thing about it is it won't work for the Joule Ringer circuit, I don't think, because these the thing that's in here that turns the light on and off runs at I think house power, and I don't think it's going to work with a Joule Ringer circuit since that's not 120 volts. So I don't think it's going to work for that, but it doesn't really matter. Maybe I may just hook up another thing to remotely turn on the Joule Ringer with a different type of switch or something. It doesn't really matter. I'll figure out something, but in a nutshell, that'll be the G3. This is just a little preview of what my next video is going to be about. And just stay tuned and subscribe. Thank you and good night.